You wake up in the middle of the night, your eyes are open, you can see your own room and you cannot move. Not your arms, not your legs, not your mouth. Then you realize you are not alone. Something is standing in the corner, watching you, and it is getting closer. You try to scream, nothing comes out. Welcome to the Horror Hub. Today's monster, the Night Hag. Here is what makes this one different. You don't go looking for this monster. No forest, no mirror, no ritual. It comes to you, in your own bed while you sleep. And here is the unsettling part. A lot of people have already met it. Estimates vary, but one review of more than 160,000 people put it close to 1 in 3. Look around a room. Do the math. This is the most successful monster we have ever covered. So what do people actually see? Researchers sorted the visions into 3 groups, and they are weirdly consistent across the planet. The first is the intruder. Usually it isn't a picture at all. It's a certainty, a gut-level conviction that somebody is in the room with you. Then come the shapes, a figure in the doorway, a shadow at the end of the bed. The second is the incubus. That's the weight, a crushing pressure on your chest, like something has climbed on top of you and is leaning down and you cannot pull in a breath. The third is stranger, floating, flying, falling, drifting up out of your body and looking back down at yourself in the bed. And here is the odd part. The first 2 are pure terror. That third one, people often describe it as peaceful, even blissful. So who is she? This is where it gets incredible. Almost every culture on Earth independently drew the same monster. In Newfoundland, she's the Old Hag, an old woman who slips out of her body at night and sits on your chest. Being attacked was called being hag-ridden, and that is where we get the word haggard. In Japan, it is kanashibari, which means bound in metal. In China, guiya shen, ghost pressing on body. In Brazil, she is the Pisadeira, who waits on the rooftops and steps on the chests of people sleeping on their backs. And in Scandinavia, she is the mare, a spirit that rides you in the night. That word should sound familiar, because mare is where we get the word nightmare. It has nothing to do with horses. A nightmare originally was a specific creature, the thing that sits on your chest in the dark. In 1781, the painter Henry Fuseli put it on canvas, a sleeping woman and a squat demon perched on her ribs, staring out at you. But now the real question. If this monster shows up in every country, in every century, to people who have never heard of it, what is it? And the answer is creepier than a demon. Every night, when you drop into dreaming sleep, your brain deliberately paralyzes you. It floods the nerves that run your muscles with chemical off switches. It's a safety feature, so that when you dream about running, you don't sprint headfirst into a wall. Normally, that paralysis lifts a moment before you wake, but sometimes the timing slips. Your mind wakes up, your body does not. So you are lying there, fully conscious, eyes open, looking at your real bedroom while your brain is still running a dream, and it paints that dream onto the room. Meanwhile, the fear circuit deep in your brain is screaming that something is wrong, so your mind goes looking for a culprit, and it grabs whatever monster your culture handed it, a demon, a witch, a ghost, or, if you grew up watching the right movies, aliens. That is not a joke. Harvard researcher Susan Clancy went through alien abduction reports and found they matched sleep paralysis almost line for line. Frozen in bed, a buzzing sound, electrical tingling, floating upward. Figures standing over you, same experience, newer costume. Our ancestors got a hag, we get little gray men. Even the crushing chest makes sense. In dreaming sleep, your breathing goes shallow and automatic, and you can't take a big breath. Your brain reads that as something sitting on you. It likes you sleep-deprived, stressed, and flat on your back. And if it ever happens to you, don't fight your whole body. You will lose. Move one small thing, a finger, a toe, your tongue. That is the crack that breaks it. So the scariest part of this whole legend, there is nothing standing in the corner. There never was. It is your own brain, awake and dreaming at the same time, building a monster out of an empty, dark room. Sleep on your side tonight. That's it for this episode of the Horror Hub. If this creeped you out even a little, subscribe. We've got a whole lot more monsters to meet. And hey, maybe leave a light on.